side, please.
Anything to report, Kev?
Yeah, there's a Japanese flag.
Fire service, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Keep nice and still. Can you move your hand? Can you move your hand for me? Okay, keep nice and still, that's great. Can you talk? Can you open your mouth? Put your tongue out for me. Okay, that's great. You're going to hear a little bit of banging, just keep nice and still, nice and calm. We're going to get into the car soon, right? Everybody here is the fire service. Can you take in a deep breath? Okay, any pain in your chest? Put your tongue out if you've got pain. Okay, we'll be with you in a second. Oh, I see. Casualty reduced GCS, responding by just doing movement, moving the hand, clear airway at present, and as long as we get access, yeah. We'll check them doors. No, right. Put it in.
It's going to be a wrongly rapid.
Right, taking it up a bit. How I see, am I all right in this space? How I see, am I all right in this space? Trying the door, I see. Okay, no problem. Right, Jez, go in. We'll knock this glass out. Okay, keep nice and still for me. Okay. What's your name? Steve, okay, Steve, we're going to get someone in the get some oxygen on, okay? Any pain? What's your name? Pain? Your side? What, down by your hip? Okay, no problem. Okay, Jez? Yeah, I need to go in there. Manny's that glass? Manny's that glass? Ah, door's open. Is this baby okay in the car? Car stable. Tails come out the way, can we get them ready? Leave that. Hands on, I'll give him control.
Give him 2 seconds so we can open out the door.
Yeah, sure, so my voice keeps stuttering, I've got to stand back. You're the man, so you're the man.
Take his income, please. Go, Rick.
Okay. You've done it, but they're leaning on it. Okay. Right, leave the airbag coming and I'll try and manage that. Can we get oxygen on while you're there? Even if Steve holds it. Okay, 15 metres, firing flag, inflated. Watch the hose. Yes. Yeah. Casualty is leaving this way. Okay, so if you look in now, I would say this side, please. Oh, I see. I would like some access there for me. Doors open.
That's just it.
Take it straight.
Okay, guys. Becky, you listening?
The Essex team now have made entry through a green passenger door to go to the casualty who's in the front of the car. The medic from the Essex team is currently within the vehicle, assessing the casualty and relaying all information back to the incident panel.
In front. Not the moment, Kel. I can in a minute. All good?
I'm doing some cutting.
Acknowledge the cutting use of the salt club. I'm left in 5 seconds for the seat. Where's the casualty?
Right. There's no one done.
The Essex team have now made access to the car and are looking at the most suitable way for the casualties to be recovered. The team are using a releaser door to away the driver's door to entry.
Don't get on mine.
The team now have a rapid extrication plan if the casualty was to deteriorate.
Where's the A team? The rest of them last night. They're doing proud, I said. Not going to let them down, are they? You're listening to this, they're watching you.
And we'll do strap and helmet
Two Essex team members are now setting up the whole matro rescue equipment.
Once you remove that side, let's just have a look at it then, and then we'll see about that seat. Jez, using her match, just to remind you, alright, mate? You having some lives? Oh, I see. Keys out of the ignition, can't get the airbag cover off, treat that as best practice.
Essex are now bringing into operation matro cutting equipment to remove the lead post to allow greater access to the casualty. one of the team members is now using a whole match of angle cutter.
So Essex are currently making their final entry into the vehicle. They are currently assessing whether to remove a B post or take the passenger door off completely. The green car, which is on top of the silver car, has been attached to the silver car by the use of a ratchet strap. This enables the stability of both vehicles to be maintained. Essex are now using the whole metro cutting equipment to remove the B post and the back door by the looks of it. With this process completed, the team will have a large hole in the side of the vehicle to make better access to the casualty ambulance. Yes, the incident commander would generally have a plan for a rapid extrication plan and a controlled. The rapid is to allow a casualty to be removed in the event of that casualty becoming seriously unwell and needs to be removed from the vehicle in the quickest possible time. The control method is what Essex are currently doing, which is creating a larger opening to enable the casualty to come out in generally an inline and neutral position. This has been proven to allow a casualty to come out with minimal injuries inflicted on them following the crash. Incident commanders generally would have a lot of input from the medics on the scene, from paramedics, doctors. They obviously have time critical ETAs that casualties need to come out with, so he has quite a lot of pressure in maintaining the speed of the extrication and ensuring the casualty is our biggest concern throughout, and the whole extrication is centred around that casualty. Yeah, so you obviously need to be aware of your team skills and what they're better positioned for within the role of the team of 6 of them. Generally one of the members or 2 of the members would be a medic, and the others would be overseers of the whole incident, including the tool operations, glass management, exposing, SRS checks, and various other things. So every member of the team has a pivotal role in ensuring that that casualty comes out in the most safest position, and it's the role of the OIC to ensure that everyone's been utilising their best position.
Constantly checking and
Yeah, so he's obviously the overseer for safety as well. So he's making sure that all of his team firstly are safe, then that the scenario, the scene's safe for his team to be working in, and that the casualty isn't going to get further injured by anything that's going on within that scene. So ensuring that all the safety implications that the team have put in place earlier on in the incident are being maintained or changed if needs be, depending on obviously when doors and things are removed from cars, the cars become lighter, suspensions may change, stabilisation might change. So he'll keep a close eye on that and ensure that any changes that the team have made to any of those vehicles don't affect the overall scene and the stability of both the vehicles. Yeah, realistic. I mean, this is obviously cars on roofs happen relatively regularly. If a car is on its roof, it's obviously been through quite a traumatic experience, which in turn means that the persons inside do. So the likelihood of a fire service cutting a casualty out of a car on its roof is quite regular. There's numerous ways to do it. Obviously, with the scenario that's set up at the moment, their access from the rear is prevented due to the concrete bollard and the far side. So their only sort of real access is what they've done is remove the back door and the B post. And as you can see now, there's a large hole to the side of that car, which will help them extricate the casualty onto the longboard. Yes, so obviously following the crash, casualty goes through all sorts of mechanisms of injuries from rollovers generally. So with this big hole in the side of the car now, their medics will be able to get hands on that casualty, ensure their C-spines are maintained, and try and get them in the most in-line and neutral position as possible to ensure they come out nice and safely.
In terms of this sort of scenario out in the road, I mean, this is quite rapid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Say sped up a little bit. They've obviously only got 20 minutes. You'd have a lot more hands on that.
Yeah, I mean, in the real world, within the West Mids, we would have 2 crews generally would attend an incident of this sort, which could be between 8 and 10 personnel. Obviously, then you have all the paramedics involved and doctors if needs be. So, a real world RTC such as this, yes, it would be. It'd be quite a serious incident. There'd be a lot of people involved, and on average, I suppose, an incident of this manner would probably take half an hour, I suppose, once the initial assessments are taken from the paramedics and doctors.
Would you still have that rapid?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. So rapid is the one of the most important first phases of any RTC, just purely in case that casualty is likely to deteriorate.
And when would you implement that rapid?
Following the initial stabilisation. So if manual stabilisation needs to happen, then so be it. If crews can get a block scene stab fast.
So you've got that second backup, right?
Yeah.
When would you say, for example, somebody had to remove
the incident commander would decide ultimately. It may be through feedback from his crews or from the paramedics or doctors that they may see an easier route out for somebody, a casualty. But overall, it's his responsibility to choose the direction of that casualty to come out of. 9 times out of 10, it's normally a door, or even just opening a door that could be contained as a rapid extrication, which this incident was. So the driver's door was opened, and that is deemed suitable enough that if needs be, that casualty could come through that gap. But yeah, ultimately it's down to his decision to make and decide which is the best route.
I mean, how long do look at firefighters here, obviously, taking part in the trauma challenges and the extrication challenges. I mean, in terms of obviously from a firefighter's perspective, how long before you become hands-on, something like that? Obviously trained.
Yeah.
Good example, like BA,
generally sort of RTC training for new recruits isn't as long as BA. In the West Mids, sort of about a week. But once you understand the sort of principles and the safety of the tools and the safety of the other kit related to RTC, a lot of it's due to experience, and the more you have, the more you can see, and the more you train, the more alternative ways of doing things become more apparent.
there are retained firefighters.
Yeah.
That understand the mechanism.
Yeah. So we have a few sort of mechanics in this brigade that I've come across over the years, and they're always useful because they may see something that the vehicle has a slightly larger suspension spring, or its stabilisation may be affected if you take this off or that. So always calling on your crew's experiences, not just within the fire service, can be useful sometimes. So
People do bring.
yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Bring a lot of skills.
Yeah, definitely. I can imagine. Yeah.
On the rigid board, so there's what fingers for the wheel back there.
My job is
Okay, stand up. Cheers. Get back on, please, somebody.
Yes, it's pretty
Oh, you got caught then, didn't it? Yeah, it did get caught. It was around that steering wheel, wasn't it?
We're going to take a bow now. Japanese.